Hey, what are you doing driving that?
I'm to work, man.
I was going to drive it today. I got some errands to run and stuff. It's dusty, man. It needs cleaned off.
Yeah. I don't have time.
So you heading to work?
Yeah. Here we go.
All right, dude. See you later.
Yeah.
All right, well, on the preview video there, showing the kind of initial project, you know, I said I wasn't going to take stuff apart, but anyway, you know how it goes. This is the door, got the inside of it taken apart, and got the handle off the front, which is good. This thing's got a fair amount of pitting in it that really needs to be, you know, taken care of. And I could have this thing, you know, re-chrome plated, but I think I'm just going to paint over it. Painted all the chrome trim on the Mustang, and that worked out pretty good. And so I'm going to paint this stuff too. And if you know, if somebody ever wanted to do an original restoration on it, they could have the paint removed and spend the money to have it re-chromed. So so got that handle off. This is a little inlay that goes inside the handle. It's just needs to be cleaned up. I think it's, you know, will look actually pretty presentable once it's cleaned. The original logo on it had some, the whole thing's, you know, is cast out of copper, I believe, and you can see that little stud on it, and that's how they were pressed into some holes in the front of it there. And it looks like just plain copper. It's really soft and brittle, so be careful with that one. And so whatever I do with the handle, I'll paint that the same as that. So anyway, it's pretty straightforward, not a lot to it. I'm going to get all this masked off here so we don't get, you know, dust and stuff in there, and I'm going to mask all this off as well so we don't get dust on the inside of this. We'll just come right here on this lip and mask it right along that edge so this can get prepped and painted. The jams, if that's what you want to call it. So anyway, we'll show you as we make progress. Going to get this guide coated and block sanded out and see what kind of dents we got. Alright, we got a big mess in here. We got paint all over the floor. We're trying about every tool we got here to remove this paint. Hang on a second, let me turn this radio down.
They might look like an everyday Joe, but in reality.
And the only thing that really made any progress was 40 grit on a drill. And this is a stick-it pad. And I don't have a stick-it pad for my buffer, and so I just used a drill. Because the DA or anything else, you know, just was not aggressive enough. That paint, I don't know what it was, but it was definitely on there. You see, we got all the surface rust off. There was a lot of rust underneath the paint, even where it wasn't coming through. So once I removed the paint down underneath it, there was rust. So I went ahead and removed all the paint from it. So you can see a little more heavier pitting there, and then some places down near the bottom. And I believe it was, yeah, this side here, there was something that was dripping on it at one point, and it ran all the way down there and a little down there. So we're going to use Naval Jelly, Loctite, to neutralize that. That's the only stuff I have here now, and then we'll go from there. I had a few areas, you know, I had full intentions of doing a, you know, full block sand on this. And I was going to just block sand the existing surface and, you know, let that be a guide coat to find the highs and lows, and pretty much you can see that any little pressure and it wants to flex on you. So kind of hard to block sand it. With these big panels and no real structure behind them. So what we're going to do is just find all the little dings. We found a few already. You can see that one right there, and there's a little one right there. We got a couple right here that revealed themselves with the DA or the drill, and then up on top, which I don't know if I'll mess with this or not, but this this thing's about 5 feet tall or so. So tall people would be able to see the dent, but there's one pretty good one right there in it. So it won't be a big deal to go ahead and fill that. And then that edge, all around the edge, all the way down, there's kind of a low spot right as it makes the turn, but I don't think we'll do anything with that. This is all we got to do left is remove the paint from this, and it's kind of the bottom kick plate that goes down there. And we'll be ready to put this thing in primer. So I'll come back in just a minute and show you the body work that we're going to do. All right, before we do the filler work, got these holes here where the studs on the back of the cold spot logo were from the factory. So we'll set the camera here, and I know you won't be able to see the weld while it's welding, but what the heck? But we'll tackle each one. Should be all set up here. Gas on. And we'll pull the Cloudy's van service and cut the tip off on each one just to get a fresh one on there. I wonder what happened to old Cloudy's van service. I haven't seen him in a while. Hope he's doing all right. Alright, that first one there had just a touch too much wire speed on it, and got a little build up, but the rest of them are good. We'll sand those down, grind them down, and then we'll put some filler on it. Alright, we got a little glaze out there that gonna mix up. Brand new tube of hardener, and that's probably a little too much of it. So we'll go ahead and mix this up. I haven't bought any regular body filler in a long time. I don't know why. I guess just the stuff I do is so small projects now, and not trying to do quarter panel in a can or anything like that. So it's always just little small areas that I'm working with. So alright, that should be good for that. Got a couple other spots here that I found that look like dents, but I'm not real sure if they were. So we're just gonna put a little on those. And then I got a couple other spots. Let me grab these real quick while the stuff is still workable. We have to mix up one more small little batch here to get Yep, didn't quite mix up enough. Alright, got that big spot, that spot, those two little spots, and this one. And the one on top, I'll mix up a little bit more and do that one, and we'll call this a video a wrap. Should be able to put this thing in primer tomorrow night.